Hey, this video is going to be about our thermoscientific RADEYE PRD ER4s. Just for average today is August 17, 2024. In case there's any changes after this, that way you can note why. So this is our personal radiation detector dosimeter. We're going to talk about some stuff that's specific to the ER4, as well as some menu and button stuff that's the same on all of our RADEYEs, to include the SPRDs that we have on the engine and the rescues. So all of ours detect both gamma and neutron radiation. For the ER4 and the SPRD GN, the blue ones that we have on the rescue, if they flash red up here at this little light, they're detecting gamma radiation, and if it's flashing blue, it's detecting neutron radiation. The black ones we have on the engines, they won't flash blue even though they're still detecting neutron radiation. All the thermoscientific stuff, it also has natural background rejection, what separates that man-made from that natural radiation. So to turn these on, we just hold the on button. It'll do that really loud beep. And then up here in the top, you can see it has that learning going on, which means it's learning that background radiation that we have. So for the ER4s specifically, its overload is at 1000 R per hour, which is also the same at 1000 rem per hour for gamma. And then it'll also, for neutron radiation, overload at 1000 counts per second. So you'll just have to go through the different screens to see that on here. For this model, the ER4, above 25 millirem per hour, it switches to a high dose rate mode, and that would be MR per hour. It cannot do the count rate or neutron detection in that mode. And it will also, right here along the bottom, say high dose rate, so that you know it's in that mode. In all of ours, these arrows here on the bottom are different alarm limits. The first one is obviously our lower alarm, and the second one's our upper alarm. These also have a finder mode on them to help us find radiation, and this is all the RADEYEs we have. If you double press the mute button or the right arrow, it'll start doing clicking just like our Sense-It, and it'll have that little item up there. So as we get closer to radiation, it'll click quicker. I just don't have a radiation source here to check it. And we can press it twice to get out of that. It's the same with this button up here. We can double press it, goes into the finder mode, double press it, it goes away. And both of those buttons, if you're getting an alarm on here, you can press either one of those to silence that alarm. It'll still have the flashing light though. It'll still display alarm on the screen, but you just won't have the sound anymore. A couple different things with this one. Also, we have the info button that'll allow us to change our screens both on the ER4 and the SPRDs. So we can just change that. So now we're in our dose. Our total absorbed dose right now is 0 because I just reset it. And it says we can stay at that for 999 more minutes till it hits our first alarm. And then we can go to our counts per second, and this one's in gamma because it has the G up there. So it has the arrow facing up. That's our upper limit. We've gone to 11. That's our highest. And the average is 9.78. And that's what that little O with the line through it means. And then we can go up again, and it's the neutron version, same stuff, upper limit and average. And then we're just back on our normal home screen. So a couple maintenance things with both the ER4s and the SPRDs, it's all the same. So we need to make sure we have the right type of batteries in here. We're trying to have rechargeable in them all the time, but if we switch batteries for whatever reason, we can change that. We just go into the menu, we go into the settings, hit it again, goes to battery type NIMH, that's our rechargeable. We can change it to alkaline, which is obviously not rechargeable, but we want to try to keep it in that rechargeable. And we can exit the menu. And then to clear the dose, like I already did with this, I'll get back to the main screen. We can go into the menu, clear dose, it's only going to clear gamma, there's not a neutron one in there. Select it, clear it. So I recommend clearing it at least every big truck check, and if you want to be super good, every shift change, just that way if you go to a rad call, you're going to know the exact amount you got so we can do the proper medical treatments for you. With these also, remember to keep this sleeve on here, that protects it from drops, and also make sure it's charging in the cradle correctly. We also want this cover on the back, and that's the one that's going to charge in the cradle with those little dots back there. And if it's not charging for some reason, turn it in. These should always be on because you never know when there's going to be an explosion, which you're supposed to take them on, or some type of rad call. With these, like I said, it's also a dosimeter and a personal radiation detector. So we have all the different rad stuff we have on the engine and rescue, so we can split up into multiple teams. So one team, for example, could take this and they're going to be able to detect radiation as well as know their dose, and another team could take like the trace arrow and the SPRD, find it and also know their dose with that. And just realize with this, if you're going to put it up right next to, let's say this was a radiation source, you put it right up next to it, it's going to tell you the dose it got touching it, whereas your dose further back is going to be different. So just realize that as you're going along. If you got any questions, just let the science officers know. We'll try to answer those, and if there's enough questions, we'll re-record this video and try to add more stuff to it.